Hello everyone, my name is Gabriel. Hope you guys are having a good morning, afternoon, or good night, wherever you might be. And today I'm going to be talking about a problem and solution. So, off, with a realistic solution. My bad, forgive me. But what I'm gonna be talking is so my problem or a problem that we have that I see a lot in this community is tailgating. Tailgating is a very common problem that is also a very hard. It's also like very risky to oneself or to someone else to do that sort of thing. And there is a lot of car crashes due to tailgating. And my solution to that is there is a certain gap where you can actually go. There's a certain gap where you can be where you're not really tailgating, but you can be close enough. And that solution is there's this there's this research that if you can see the tires, the bottom tires of the vehicle that's in front of you, that's when you're at a healthy distance. And I haven't done a driving test in a while, but to my understanding, um, that's what I was taught. And I believe that should be something that should be a little bit more enforced. Not a little bit, but greatly more enforced in when people are driving or how they should drive, because people are feet away, not even 3 feet away from the person in front of you, and they're not realizing that they're going 60 miles per hour or more behind a car. If that car suddenly stops, there's going to be a great collision. And that's what people are having issues with nowadays, with um, people tailgating, having a lot of problems. And honestly, like I said, the solution to do this is to start enforcing people, or to, I want to say, not really give tickets, but I feel like cops should start pulling people over for tailgating. They should start giving warnings and then marking them off in their licenses that's saying this guy has been tailgating. I've been seeing him and for a while, or but they need to have evidence. They need to see it that they've been tailgating them for a while, or they're just tailgating a lot, because sometimes the car in front of you does slow down. That's when you're supposed to slow down, but there is going to be that little gap where that car is going to slow down more than you, and you're going to have to slow down. Alright. And also, if there's traffic and there's a line going away, the car slows down, you don't notice, you hit your brakes a lot harder, and then the one behind you is still getting even more and doesn't realize you hit your brakes that hard and crashes into you. And that's why there should be a safe distance of people not tailgating. And like I said, I feel like that should be more enforced in this economy, especially with new drivers. New drivers should be taught how to drive. Um, should be taught a lot better how to drive, because what I've been seeing too is a lot of new drivers, they can't drive, or a lot of people don't even have their license. That is also something that should be enforced a little bit more. Start running more checks on people. The cops should be starting more checks on people. Just like how I feel like they should start enforcing tailgating. I want to say like points, like a certain amount of points. They have a certain amount of points on their license. I think I want to say if they've been caught tailgating more than 3 points, I want to say 3 points is it's good enough. If anything, a little too much, but maybe two. I think three sounds fair. If they get caught tailgating more than 3 times, that's when they get a warning on their license. And then if they keep doing it, each time it gets less and less. So if they get caught tailgating 2 more times, I feel like that should be where they have to take classes. They need to take classes on that. They need to go ahead and do that, pay for the classes, whatever, etc. And then if they keep doing it, and let's say, I want to say there's a gap between 6 months where a point will be deducted. After 6 months, their points get deducted. But if if they get after the second where they do the test and they have to pay for it and are still um, tailgating, that's when I feel that it should be either get their license revoked and not maybe revoked, but maybe not revoked, but like closed off, or that they can't drive for this amount of long time or whatever, because a lot of people think that driving is a right. It really isn't. It's a privilege. That's what people don't understand. And if they want to maintain that privilege, they need to follow the rules. That's why I'm implying that they should start being a little bit more aggressive with how people be driving, or the bare minimum, because they have horrible drivers nowadays. So that is my solution to that. Start in putting points into the licenses. You start putting points, people are gonna watch the points. They're gonna say, I'm at this amount of points. If I start not paying attention to what I do, that's when I get my license revoked. Also, um, people who don't drive with no license should be, in my opinion, have a um, much higher, act, or should get charged a lot higher, because it's very unsafe to drive, and that is a big chunk of people getting injured for driving because they don't know how to drive. There's school for a reason. But yes, that is my solution, or no, my problem and my solution to people tailgating. But that's gonna be it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys are having a good morning, good afternoon, or good night where you might be. And thank you.